What's up, guys? I'm Patrick, and welcome to Cooking Good Food. Speaking of food, looks like we're gonna have to go to the grocery store. Let's do it. Tonight, we're going to do a top sirloin roast with the best peppercorn sauce you've probably ever had. This one goes out to my dad because he taught me how to do this peppercorn sauce, and it is absolutely to die for. And there's also a secret ingredient in there that you guys probably didn't know about. And of course, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one. Don't forget to drop a comment down below with either some ideas, future suggestions for episodes, and any suggestions for some of the recipes I put up. And I just thought I'd let you know, you guys are in the garbage right now. So yeah, there's that. First, you want some red onion, black garlic, regular garlic, thyme, salt, and pepper. We got cherry tomatoes over on this side here, and then you've got your steak and your asparagus. So the first thing we're going to do is chop up our tomatoes. Put some olive oil, some salt, some pepper, and a sprig of thyme. I'm going to put it in the oven at 300 degrees for 1 hour, and you'd want to check them at least every 20 minutes to make sure they're not burning. So here I have a purple onion, and I'm going to chop it up into really tiny cubes, as small as you can get them. Also, don't forget to cut off the bottom ends of the asparagus. Those are pretty tough to chew on. Next, what you want to do is you want to grab your saucepan, put 4 cups of water in there, a tablespoon of olive oil, and some salt. Put them on medium heat. And you want to get that water hot so we can drop the asparagus in and blanch them. Alright, so now we have the top sirloin roast. Take it out of the package, cut the string off. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the fat off a little bit, and then I'm going to cut them into 4 steak medallions. You may notice some of the sizes are different, and that's because not everyone eats the same amount. So I've made a couple steaks a little smaller. Let's season these steaks generously with salt and pepper, and then we're going to set them inside for a second. You can't just take steak out of a fridge and start cooking it immediately. Always let it sit at room temperature for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Now, we can start working our mashed potatoes. We don't need a lot because we have a lot of things going on in this dish. We have the asparagus, we have the tomatoes, we've got the sauce, the steak, and mashed potatoes. So I want to make sure I have a good amount of everything in combination and not overstuff everything. 2 russet potatoes. Peel them, cut them into cubes, and then grab yourself a pot, fill up the pot with some hot water, go ahead and boil that water with a little bit of salt, and put those potatoes right in there. Now these potatoes are only going to take about 15 minutes, so this is a great time to get them started. Now that I've got the pot of water on for the potatoes, I can now take the asparagus out of the water. Next, we're going to use the same saucepan, throw some olive oil in, let it get to a higher temperature, and throw in those red onions we chopped up earlier. Fry those onions up for a few minutes, and then add in your asparagus, put in a slice of butter, and 1/4 cup of water to add some flavoring. Let that cook out, and let's get ready to throw some steaks in. Okay, so I'm going to turn on this pan up to high heat, throw in a little olive oil in there, and I'm going to start searing these steaks up a bit. As you can also see, I've got my potatoes boiling away. I'm also going to grab those steaks and sear them on the side to really get a nice flavor out. You also want to notice how some of that juice is starting to brown, and that's exactly what I want for the sauce. Now here comes the fun part. While the pan is at high heat, throw in 4 cubes of butter and 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. Tilt the pan back and then use a large spoon to baste the steaks with the butter. All this flavor will be used to make the peppercorn sauce. Now that the steaks are cooked at a good medium rare, I'm going to go ahead and take them off the pan, and we're going to set them aside for about 15 minutes while the juices get absorbed by the paper towel. Next, I'm going to grab 3 cups of heavy cream and put it right back into the pan. We're going to use a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I don't have any brandy, which is usually part of the recipe, so I'm actually going to use a little bit of white wine. And we're going to stir that up and turn the high heat back up. We want this to bubble and whisk so we can incorporate all those flavors together. This will create that nice creamy consistency that we're looking for. And there you have one of the best peppercorn sauces you will ever try. You don't need anything else, just the cream and Dijon mustard. And I do like to add quite a bit more pepper to really get that flavor. By now, the potatoes are done. So I'm going to go ahead and drain them, put them in a pot with 2 good heaps of butter. I'm going to mash it all up with a half cup of heavy cream. Add salt and pepper to taste. Make sure the mashed potatoes have a smooth consistency. Now we're ready to take everything off the heat. Here you'll notice that I combined the asparagus and the tomatoes just to make it easier to serve up. And now it's time to plate. And there you have it. A perfect peppercorn steak with sauteed asparagus and cherry tomatoes with mashed potatoes. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and of course leave a comment for any future ideas or episodes, recipe ideas. I'd love to hear what you think, and until next time.